just always in his own world.
What's up? Today I'm going to be talking about, you guessed it, Pride and Prejudice. Let's get it. Also, the movie is right. I was pointing at the holiday, my bad. It's right here on my movie poster wall, which means that it's a good movie and you should go see. Specifically, I'm going to be talking about its brilliance and its romantic qualities. But first, before I dive into that, let me first explain what the movie Pride and Prejudice is for people who don't know or just want a little recap. Okay, in a nutshell, the movie is based off the author Jane Austen's novel from way back in the day. And you've probably heard of Jane Austen. She's wrote a lot of popular books, and this is one of them that was adapted into a movie in 2005. Basically, Pride and Prejudice is about a middle-class family, and it's about like 5 daughters and their parents, and the main character, Elizabeth Bennet, she is the second oldest daughter. She hasn't been married yet, and of course that's like a big deal back in the day. It's even a big deal now, which sucks. But she falls in love with a man who is of different status than her. He has way more money, he has authority, and him and her, they kind of go from enemies to lovers, which I love. They're both prideful, hence the name, and I guess sort of have prejudice against each other's class, but they do like each other. And today I'm just going to discuss the romantic elements. Sorry, the summary sucks, but whatever, I tried. I might try to get a Google search summary, and but we'll see. Basically, they fall in love, and along the way, this movie talks about, different elements like friendship, romance, family, societal expectations, and it's just really good, and I find it still relevant today even though it is from a different time. I'm going to be talking about a few different scenes in the movie that I really like, and I'm also going to be discussing like their body language, eye contact, the acting of the main actors, Keira Knightley and Matthew Macfadyen, who respectively play Elizabeth Bennet and Mr. Darcy. So without further ado, as many YouTubers say, let's get into it. Personally, this movie's romance affected me in a few different ways. First, I'm just fascinated by a love story that happened a long time ago. Second, I love the enemies to lovers trope. Third, I love how Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy still fell in love despite their classes and statuses being different. That's beautiful. It makes their love stronger and more memorable because it's not a boring, everyday love story that you hear. No offense, I mean, no love story is boring, my bad. But it's different, and we all remember things that are different. And fourth, I can actually feel the romantic chemistry between the characters, and that's thanks to the brilliant acting of the actors who play Elizabeth Bennet and Mr. Darcy. A lot of movies just can't sell romance stories these days. Keira and Matthew were able to bring sincerity and honesty to the emotions and actions that their characters experience, because great acting is key to selling a romance story. Okay, let's get started with one scene of the movie that I really like. This first scene occurs at the country ball that happens in the beginning of the movie. Like, I just love how Mr. Darcy fell in love with Lizzie so fast. Okay, like when Mr. Darcy, Mr. Bingley, and Caroline, Mr. Bingley's sister, first arrive at the country ball, Mr. Darcy looks towards Lizzie, her sister Jane, and Miss Lucas. And when he looks at her, he kind of looks away really fast, like he was nervous. And I feel like she felt something too. You nervous? That means that he might like her. I know that later in that country ball scene, he says basically that she's not that pretty, but he contradicts it. That jerk, how could he say that about her? She's so pretty. And then later in the country ball, after he says that about her, he contradicts himself again. And let me tell you why. Okay, because later, Lizzie, at the country ball, Lizzie, Darcy, Mr. Bingley, and some of Lizzie's family, they're having a conversation. Lizzie talks about efforts that men have made towards Jane romantically that she finds pathetic, and Darcy then asks her a follow-up question that is kind of interesting.
So what do you recommend to encourage affection?
He looked a bit shy and nervous, but I mean, it was clear that he was interested in what are her thoughts on romance. And to me, I mean, he's very mysterious and laid back. Mysterious and just quiet, and you could already tell from the beginning. So for him to ask her that follow-up question, and it's a very eye-catching topic, romance. So to me, that just kind of showed that he was interested in her romantically. Like, you didn't have to ask her all that. And then Lizzie replies with a smart remark saying, dancing,
even if one's partner is barely tolerable.
he shook. He was probably thinking, oh my gosh, she heard me. That's a major L on my part. And don't even get me started on how he remembered that she said that, and so he proceeds to ask her for a dance at the next ball. A man who takes notes. The next juicy scene. Oh my gosh. The confession in the rain. Yes, you already know what I'm talking about when Mr. Darcy confesses his love for Lizzie, but she's not here for it. That part is so juicy. I love it. I don't know, I feel like, I mean, of course that is like a really big part of the movie and its romance, but it's also something to do with that rain. Like rain kind of gets me, I guess. I mean, I'm sure it gets other people too. It's rain, it's wet. I'm just playing. Don't censor me. Rain can create an intimate moment between two people that already have some tension. Like, I know people think that today, like that rain is like kind of sexy a little bit, you know? Because I am a great example of that. And I'm sure it was just as sexy back then, when all they could do was stare at each other and feel things. They didn't even have phones. They didn't even have TV. The list goes on. And the use of them unintentionally seeking shelter together kind of boosts this. And come on now, I mean, their enemies to lovers thing is so beautiful to see. I mean, it's fun. In the rain too, it's like screaming like, this is no ordinary love, because I don't think it's really that common to fall in love like that. I mean, well, maybe it is. What do I know? But like, to me, that's what makes it just more memorable. Like, maybe it was coming back then, maybe, to fall in love like that, enemies to lovers, but look, for this modern viewer right here, I don't hear about that much, so it's pretty fun to see. He says, I love you most ardently.
I don't understand.
I love you. Most ardently.
And then she rejects his hand and they're arguing. It's just intense. And then like he tries to kiss her. And she was kind of going in for it, even though she was just yelling at him like, girl, which side are you on? I guess I don't blame her, because I don't know what I would have done in that situation. I'm done. Okay, enough of that. Imagine if we had gotten that steamy kiss. That scene would have had us shook. The movie would have ended right there. They fell in love, blah, blah, blah. No need to argue anymore. No need for anything else. That's all I need to see. Another scene that I love more than the rain confession, if you can believe it, is a scene when Lizzie and Darcy are speaking outside of Darcy's home, aka a whole mansion times 3. A mansion so big that has no business being anybody's home. Darcy, are you gonna share that home with people who are probably homeless down the street from you that I know need a place to stay? Like me? I'm just playing. But that's another story, love. Basically, in this scene, Lizzie had just seen Darcy surprise his sister with a hello while she was playing the piano. It was a sweet brother and sister moment, and Lizzie saw the whole thing and she didn't know that he was home. Like, she would not have showed up to his place if she had known he was gonna be there. She was just trying to tour it and be melancholy because she missed him. All of a sudden, as Darcy's hugging his sister, she makes a little noise, and he immediately turns and hears that, and so does his sister, and they're like, can I help you? I'm just playing. The whole scene happened way too quick. We just see them turn around, see her, and she runs for the hills. She runs out of that McMansion. He chases after her and is able to catch up to her in front of his beautiful McMansion yard. I really like this scene for 2 reasons. By the way, you could see kind of that scene right here. Let me move the camera. This I have to move it for this. Oh my god, duh, and right here too. First, I love how Darcy doesn't make Lizzie feel bad for getting caught looking at him and his sister. Oh, and by the way, Lizzie doesn't even know that that's his sister yet. He's gonna tell her though. So that squashed pretty quick. She was probably thinking for a second, is he with that young girl? Thank God he's not. But yeah, his house literally lets visitors in for tours, so I promise Lizzie is not a stalker. And obviously, if Lizzie sees him by accident, like she didn't know he was there, she's gonna stare a little bit because, I mean, she kind of misses him at this point. She's finding it hard to fight her feelings for him. And I don't blame her. As she is apologizing to him for just feeling like she just like intruded his space, he shakes his head. He's basically saying like, no, there's no need to apologize. Don't be embarrassed. And I know he was happy to see her. He's like, I know it was kind of an awkward moment for you, but like, I'm happy to see you. The second reason I like that part so much is because he also offers to walk her back to her hotel that she's staying at while visiting his mansion. She immediately rejects him and says,
No.
I'm very fond of walking. He immediately responds with saying that he knows that, with a quick smile, before going back to his mysterious, relaxed face
Always in his
persona.
own-
Yes. Yes, I know.
I think this part just shows how attentive he is to her likes and behaviors, which is really nice, you know, if you're interested in someone and they're interested in you back. And just being attentive like that is really attractive. And one of those behaviors and habits and likes for her is walking. Like earlier in the movie, Lizzie said that she had walked to go see Jane at Mr. Bingley's mansion. And I'm sure that was quite a walk. Darcy was also staying at Mr. Bingley's place at the time, his mansion. Not as big as Darcy's though, but anyway. So Darcy happened to hear Lizzie say this to, well, she said it to him and she said it to Mr. Bingley's sister Caroline. And Caroline's a bit rude, so she was like, she found that interesting. But Darcy, he seemed to be non-judgmental towards that. And I know he definitely took notes. Like, he's like, oh, okay, she likes to walk. Okay, that's kind of cute. He was probably thinking, oh, that's very unlike me. I mean, I take carriages. Everybody I know takes carriages. So that's definitely standing out. Lizzie had like an unashamed look while saying that, while admitting that she walked there, because I mean, to her, there's something to be ashamed of. Her hair was off, like, well, a bit frizzy too, and she did not care. And I gotta respect her for that. And I'm sure Mr. Darcy loves someone who is confident in themselves. You can just tell. I feel like Mr. Darcy admired her Pride and Prejudice. A hint at the name. I feel like Mr. Darcy admired her pride in choosing to walk to Mr. Bingley's place, because I mean, that's just different. And he admired that. That's different from, I'm sure, what he sees from his status. I'm sure everybody takes carriages, including himself. And as a consequence, he remembered that and liked that about her. And so, as you can see later in the movie, he did not forget, and he even offered to join her on her walk. It was a perfect opportunity for him to combine her love of walking and his love of her, and just kind of seize the moment to join her in walking her back to her hotel and spend some time with her and show to her that he is yet again very much interested in her still. Unfortunately, Lizzie does reject the offer for him to walk her back to her hotel, but that moment is just so great in itself. Like, I love how he showed his love for her right there. It's just like such a timeless act. Like, if a man likes you and is interested in you, he's gonna remember things that you tell him about yourself or that he's seen you do. And that's just cute. Like, he'll make an effort to engage in the things that you like to do just so he can enjoy your company and show and prove to you that he is interested in you romantically. Period. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is not necessarily, well, I guess it is a scene, but it's more so that I want to talk about Mr. Darcy's body language. Oh my god, the way he stares at Lizzie in a lot of scenes. For example, when Lizzie first arrives at Mr. Bingley's ball and she's just like in awe of everything and she's dressed up, you know, to dance, and she doesn't know it, but Mr. Darcy is secretly looking at her and you can tell he's just admiring her. He has a sort of twinkle in his eyes and like a longing to talk to her, and I feel like he slows down his pace, like while walking kind of behind her, just to like breathe her in, just to see her before disappearing out of the shop, before disappearing from that scene. And it's just so cute. That's how you know he's like really crushing on her, so I really like that part. Period. And you know what's funny? Lizzie liked him from the start too. I swear he did. I swear she did. Like, you can tell like at the country ball when Mr. Bingley, Caroline, and Darcy first get there and people are bowing to them, including her. Whenever she does, like, you can just tell that she likes him. Even though she had just said that he like looks miserable and stuff, she liked him. I mean, like, she literally asked him if he wants to dance later. Like, she made the first move, girl. Don't make the first move. And what did Mr. Darcy reply to that?
Will you dance, Mr. Darcy?
Not if I can help it.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man.
No, that was your chance. Okay, now let me get back to talking about Mr. Darcy, since I clearly love talking about him. Another thing that I like about Mr. Darcy is that he doesn't really seem like dishonest. Like, what you see is what you get with him. Even though that can be like intimidating, Mr. Darcy pulls it off in an attractive way. Some people can just do that. For example, when Mr. Collins like greets Darcy whenever he unexpectedly sees him at Lady Catherine's home, her McMansion as well. And Mr. Darcy, he doesn't even respond to Mr. Collins.
Mr. Darcy, I had no idea we had the honor.
Miss Elizabeth, I'm a guest here.
Instead, he directs his attention to Lizzie, who was also there, and she had just acknowledged Darcy's presence before Mr. Collins did. They did not know that he was going to be there.
Mr. Darcy? What are you doing here?
While he was a bit rude to Mr. Collins, at least you know where his attention is, and that's clearly towards Lizzie. So that's also another way that you know that he likes her. Homeboy does not care to fake an interaction with someone. Even though that was rude and I don't dig rudeness, I like how it was obvious that, you know, that he likes Lizzie. When that kind of happens to you, if you like someone and you think they like you back, it's kind of flattering, even though it's an interesting moment. Stay with me now. Okay, now let me talk about like the language of the movie. There's just something about the way they speak. It's the British accents. Like, I speak English too, but I do not speak it the way you guys do. Love. I mean, okay, when it comes to like the choice of words, it took me a second to grasp what they were saying. I had to watch it a few times to really grasp, especially when they argue so fast in the rain confession. Like, I still might not have caught everything in the movie, but you know what? I've caught enough, and that's what counts. I get the gist of the movie, you know? You know what I mean? You don't? It's funny because I feel like a lot of people like really love the part where Darcy says at the end, you have bewitched me, body and soul.
You have bewitched me, body and soul, and I love you.
But for me, I feel like I personally like more when he says, I love you, most ardently, in the rain.
I don't understand.
I love you. Most ardently.
I don't know, like, it might have to do with the rain. I love the rain. It's sexy. And maybe because I haven't ever heard the word like ardently used before, unless I can't remember, but after finding out what it means, like, I like it even more. I like that use of that word. It's kind of powerful. Maybe I make no sense for that opinion, but you know what? Nevertheless, that's my opinion, guys. Unless someone convinces me otherwise. Okay, now I know a lot of people love that hand flex scene, you know, when Darcy helps Lizzie into her carriage, and she's shook by that. She didn't expect that. She's not even wearing a glove, and you know, it's just bare hands, skin on skin contact. And after he helps her into the carriage, he flexes his hand.
Mr. Darcy?
Miss Elizabeth?
Now, honestly, I still don't get what that means. Like, was he just shook up by touching her? He's like really feeling that? I don't know. But that part is hot too. But I don't have many thoughts on it. So if you have like a lot of thoughts on it, please let me know in the comments. But yeah, that's something. If I was Lizzie, I would have been like, thank you. He wouldn't like me anymore. He'd be like, oh, this girl's too freaking cringe. Ultimately, the romance in this movie is realistic in a lot of ways, and that's why I'm drawn to it. A lot of the things that happen in the movie can happen to someone in real time, like today. For example, someone can help you into your car in a romantic and unexpected manner. Someone can confess their love for you in the rain.
I love you, most ardently.
And someone can ask your parent for permission to marry you. Like, it's not one of those love stories where two people find love like in a fantasy or action movie. For example, like two people find love while saving the earth from aliens that live on Mars or something. Like, Lizzie's and Darcy's love is more realistic, and it's definitely something that people can actually experience. And it most likely has already happened like many times, like throughout the world and time, and will continue to happen. So that's just me blabbing a little bit about my love for the romantic elements of Pride and Prejudice, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I thank you so much for watching this video and giving me the time of day, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day or night. And yeah, thank you so much. Feel free to subscribe or like the video, share it, whatever, comment, whatever you want to do. And let me know if you're also a Pride and Prejudice fan. I hope you are. It's a good movie. Please watch it. It's a great movie. Please give it a try. It's so aesthetically pleasing and just has so many beautiful elements. It talks about family, love, status, all sorts of things. Cheers to Pride and Prejudice being 20 years old. I'm 23 going on 24 this year, so I'm about 4 years older than this movie. Wow, that's crazy. Thank you so much for watching, and peace out, stay cool.
Mr. Darcy, I had no idea we had the honor.